Good afternoon, everybody. This is Eric, and before I start my presentation, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Bill Casey and thank him for putting on a successful Sitecore user group. I had the opportunity to speak, as well as my colleague from Paragon, Josh Jenkins. He discussed Helix while I discussed my module, and as you can see on my screen, uh, it was released on March 3rd, and it was entitled When Good Templates Go Bad. A lot has changed since March 3rd, and now the module has a different title and a cool new feature. The new title is the Editor Enhancement Toolkit. Currently, it's dedicated to calming down unruly templates, but in the future, it's going to contain more tools to help make content editing easier in the content editor and experience editor. So what is this awesome new feature that I came up with? Well, I call it virtual section. A virtual section is fake. It doesn't exist on the template. It's created in the code and uses an XML file to control things like the title, sort order, and the fields that you want to appear in this section. The XML is really basic. It contains a type delimited string of field names, a boolean true false is collapsed, so you can have it collapsed by default or open. Sort order, right now I have it set to -100, which assures it will be right under the quick info section, and I gave it a title of favorite fields. Title has another job as well. It acts as a key for the dictionary. So if you have a multilingual site, you would use favorite fields as the key, and if there was a dictionary entry for that, it would show that value. So how do you use this section and what is it good for? Well, we come back into Sitecore, and like everything else with this module, it uses the rules engine. So I come down to the Editor Enhancement Toolkit, click on the rules item, and create a new rule. I'll name this Eric's favorite fields. Once that's created, I hit edit rule. And since the concept behind this is user-based, and since it is user-based, I want to select where the username compares to a certain value from the security section, and I'm going to choose my username, so where the username is equal to Eric S. I also want to restrict this to a certain area and site in the content tree, so I'm going to choose when the item is the specific item or one of its descendants. I'm going to choose the node of site 1. So everything under it should receive my virtual section. Once I got the conditions in place, I want to select my action. And the action is entitled Map Virtual Section File. Select that and then click on Value, and I want to put the file name in there. I'm just going to go over to Note++ and copy the file name and paste it into the text field and hit OK. And my rule is complete, and so I hit OK again. And make sure to save it. Now, any item that's under Site 1 should display my field area. As you can see here, my section, my virtual section entitled Favorite Fields, has the two fields that are defined in the XML document. I can choose any standard field to appear in this section. I can also choose custom fields such as article title to appear in the section, but I don't want to move it out of its area. I only want this for standard fields. Another piece of the functionality is when you click standard fields, all the standard fields will appear, and the fields that are in my virtual section will go back to their normal place, and this section will disappear. And there you go. Unpublish is back into the publishing section, and state is back into the workflow section. If I want my favorite fields back, I just uncheck standard fields, and there you go. It pops up again. The concept of standard fields is to help the content editor find their fields that they use the most and hopefully increase productivity. I'd like to take credit for this idea, except I didn't come up with this idea. My developer manager / project manager, Jeremy Joseph, came up with it a few weeks ago, and I thought it was interesting enough to see if I could get it to work. It worked, and so I implemented it. He often enters content, so he sees value in it. I don't often do content entry, so I'm not sure what I think yet. What's your opinion? Leave a comment down below, and if you have any other ideas for this module, please feel free to share, and I will try to implement them if they make sense. I'm back. I forgot to mention what's in development and some other notes. Right now, I'm working on a way to create a user interface for users to create, edit, and delete the XML mapping files inside Sitecore easily. This has to be pretty user friendly, so it's going to be a fun little experiment. And I hope to have that done by May 1st, version 2.0. Also, this module uses C#6 and Visual Studio 2015. This module is tested on 8.1 and 8.2. It does not work on 8.0, but that version is currently in development as well. I think that covers everything I wanted to inform you of, so have a good weekend.